Hello and welcome to the next episode of my Europa Universalis 4 Let's Play. Of course, we just finished the war with Orissa, where we managed to vassalize them, so we have a few ideas coming forward. First off, we need to recover our manpower. With such a high max manpower, the fact that we're so low is just very bad. And we'll stay down there as long as we keep going to war, so that means we're going to be going peaceful for a bit. I'm going to actually spend spend 150 to get rid of war exhaustion. So we won't have to worry about that as much. Of course, we are earning points now. Actually, I want to check something in the ledger. So a lot of them are just doing barely better than us, I want to say. Here, let's reopen it and see if that puts us on top. Here, this keeps... Wow, we're so bad, we're just... Must be like one of the... Yeah, here we go. Military is so bad because our tech is bad, our military quality doesn't have much quality, and our soldiers aren't good. It's just generally good. Meanwhile, up here they are disciplined, they have a bunch of generals. But we don't want to spend stuff on generals. You want to earn as much tech as possible. The one thing I didn't mention is that actually natives, not natives, people in different tech groups can store different amounts of tech power. For example, the Western tech group can only carry 5,000 in every area. Meanwhile, the 999, not 5,000, wow. They can only carry 999. Meanwhile, I can carry up to 1,498 power. And it varies from it depending on how much their tech costs. And it's kind of interesting, I guess. Maybe I'm just a nerd. I'm probably just a nerd. We aren't going to do anything until we finish coring, because we're not going to waste too much stability. I mean administrative points, but whatever. So yeah, our score is slowly pushing up. Our vassal is slowly tolerating us more. Malabars, we have court. Relationships, there's no reason to do much. The main thing we can use is that by the end of, once they get over everything, they should like us enough that, they should like us that to the point where we should be able to vassalize them. I mean, diplomatize them, which is the long-term goal. Which is always nice. Telugu Patriots, and this was probably going to come anyway. We have to deal with them, though, because if we looked at military, stability, they had that. Anyway, so now we can actually get more stability, and I'm sorry for putting that off. So all we have to do is fire and get another boost. However, now it takes even more costs to pay for level 3 stability boost. However, it does boost our it does secure our rank as ninth best administration on Earth. which, while it's not that impressive, it's somewhat nice for us. However, we did lose 4,000 troops in that. Well, we're still short 4,000 troops after all that, and it's going to take us a while to regenerate those. So yeah, we're done with war for a while. Don't get me wrong. We just can't afford it. Hindu zealots are doing pretty well, but Bengal is starting to make a comeback. If the Hindu zealots just took over one more province, which I don't know if they're sieging one more. The Hindu zealots are sieging one more province, and if they manage to take it, they will enforce their demands. Anyway, let's get our barks out and working the system to pull more trade forward to us, especially since now if we look at trade-wise, we should be dominating the local trade node. Well, not dominating, but leading, except Gurjat, which has their ships, which we'll be taking care of in a little bit. Actually, probably we'll build more ships now. However, we won't be building anything but cogs. I want to have 9 units of cogs. We have 3, so... And we're rich enough that we can just build it. So I don't see any reason not to. Whoa. What am I doing? Yeah, we don't actually need to build 9 more. We need 3 more. We'll also be building some barks and others and more of our provinces, just so we can start exploiting our trade node a bit better and getting some more cash out of it. Fortunately, this era of peace should help us. Why are you telling me? Great. Yeah, it's nationalism, which is making them rebel, so we won't have to worry about them after a little bit. Good news is that Amnigar actually is willing to listen to us now, so we're willing to offer them a royal marriage. We'll get a new royal marriage deal. Will tax the limits of our poor of our nation to hold diplomatic deals. If I look, we actually only have 2 of them actually. Oh wait, no, they have to set. So yeah, they're at 3 now. We can hold 1 more relation, and we got some free power in that, which is nice. We have 3 options. We can protect our brethren in North Konkan. That's this province. We'd have to go to war with Gurjat, but that requires going to war, which we can't really afford. We can ally with Amnigar, which not only would they accept, but I want just to be safe. So I think we're gonna actually ally with our neighbor. Major Hindu neighbors, since I kind of already control the next largest Hindu. And actually, they're offering it to us. So, what do you know? It's easy as that. And we get that. Now we need to choose a 3rd one, and personally, I think improving our relation with Orissa is probably the best we can do out of these 3, since I don't want to do culture changing at the moment. Unfortunately, we can't really do much. We need year change, and that's gonna take a little bit, since the aggressive expansion belief they have against me is very, very strong. We're now also the 7th greatest administration due to our, and that's gonna help us just do things in general. Our forces continue to reinforce here. Up to 11. It's still gonna take probably till the 70s for our armies to be back up and running, because we're draining so much right now. Which I don't mind, because it allows us to develop internally and hoard more cash. Which, as bad of a habit it is, it will allow me to hire a bunch of mercenaries immediately when it comes to that. Now, currently, if we look, while we do have 4 score, we're still only 34. Now, the good news is that it's a good base to start with. And if we can grow powerful enough, we may be able to earn some score as to be in the top 10. I doubt that we'll be able to get 100 to win, but we can do very well. Now, because of this, I'm going to give them what they want, because I'll lose a lot more points of administrative tech stuff if I do that. It was roughly 110 trade for I'm sorry, it was 110 cost, but the alternative was me having to spend 140 again to get a new core, and I didn't want to spend that. What's up here? Gurujat is doing insane amounts of stuff up here. Meanwhile, our armies are just slowly rebuilding. Fortunately, we only have a couple thousand. We only have 2,000 left to rejuvenate before our actual manpower will start recovering. And our military tradition, which I would hope would be, is helping a bit too. That's good. Yeah, and reinforcements do cost money, which can be frustrating, but oh well. Looking at it, we've kind of coalesced. We have 3 major Muslim states in the north, and we also have kind of Sindh, which is kind of in an odd place. It's not really major, but it's not minor either. Gurjat's currently eating malwa for breakfast. Fortunately, it looks like Gurjat's protecting him. But, yeah. And we, with that, we've actually gotten an achievement for, getting a Grand Navy. Which is it's very nice to see, fulfilling some of the more basic achievements. So we'll get our fleet together our fleet of cogs together, I should say. So now we can transport a small force to Ceylon when we choose to actually invade it, which will take a bit. Fortunately, we only have around 6 months worth of waiting before our manpower pool will start recovering. We're 32nd in the world in terms of it, and we are actually the 6th greatest administration at the moment. So we're going up slowly, which I like. I'd prefer if we got more tech, but that's not happening fast. And actually, let me check my income. Yeah, I think it's worth hiring one of every advisor now. We have the cash to afford it. We're actually gonna not only hire this guy, but because we can afford him. Maybe we're 4.6, but he is immensely strong. But, shoot. we'll also get the natural scientist, and we'll have to mess with our budget bits to be able to afford both of them. I'll cut army maintenance down, which will kind of help. But and what we can do is we can also improve our trade power and our trade node to get the rest of it. Yeah, so that improved thing should bring up our income by a tiny bit for trade. And we're earning $3 now, which is, can't remember if it was more earlier, but that's still pretty nice. Bengal still has to deal with their huge stacks of forces. Yeah, Bengal's just fighting, moving around. I hope that the religious rebels eventually win. It'd be a nice change for that to happen. Delhi is invading Sindh, and it's likely going to end up a competition between me and it. Our forces, our manpower, actually, due to the fact that we've reduced reinforcement rate down quite a bit, is starting to recover troops, which is nice. Our administrative advisor died pretty fast. Wow, that was a little waste of cash. But what we'll do is we'll hire a guy and lower our stability. Now, we'll bring our spending up again, and if we look, we only need 180 now. Because with this guy, we're earning with Lakeshma Bilava, we're earning 6 per turn. So per month, I mean, turn month, whatever. So that has some pretty good potential. Like diplomatic power, which is probably going to be our next tech, to be honest. Only 810 power needed for it. We may only have 400 available, but we're not going to fight wars, and what do you know, we earn some pretty nice stuff. We get a trade efficiency boost just for getting it. I mean, our naval maintenance goes up 10%, but overall our navies get incredibly improved with just 1 tech level in that. Which is good. It's very nice for what we're doing for it. And we actually, I believe, just got a new advisor. Nope, yeah, our military advisor died. So looking at it, unfortunately, we don't have another person to lower tech costs. However, we can recruit the master recruiter, and that should also, in effect, increase our manpower recovery rate. And yeah, he does by around 11 more. How much does Orissa pay me? Yeah. Bengal... Yeah, so they're pretty strongly our vassal, thankfully. And as time passes, not only are they liking us more, but relations can actually go up to 200 between for improved relations between a vassal and his feudal lord. His lord. So we're getting a pretty strong thing, along with the fact that our declared war and conquered penalty is going down. So we'll be able to complete our mission pretty handily. Meanwhile, we can look in horror. Yeah, Delhi, they're trying to consolidate up here with good reason, but that's going to be a complete mess. Yeah. And if the thing of the matter is, right now, while Bengal and the difference between Bengal and it's just that, I'm sorry, if Bengal, well, Bengal's being invaded also by the Buddhists, which may push it in favor of the rebels. Don't know how that will work out. Not as good administratively anymore. Oh well, if we, once we, get more stability, that should, reinforce that we are quite suitable for the rank. Now, we're actually a pretty impressive nation in the world, and I'm pretty happy with that we are actually earning points. We're seeing Gurjat and Delhi just kind of consolidate up there. It's gonna be, there are gonna be some reoccurring enemies that we're gonna have to deal with. I mean, we can. I think Bahamas is actually too poor to convert, is what it is, actually. I'm sorry, it was something that's been bothering me. Let's see, spend a tiny bit of cash to get 50 administrative power. I mean, what else would you take? I'm sorry, that's a very easy choice. And now we can boost our stability to maximum. Effects of that, of course, first off, we're now 6 administratively again. Additionally, we're gonna be very rich. We're very stable. Trade-wise, we're very a little bit stronger. Missionaries, if we had any, would be much stronger. All these little things just are much more work much better. And now we get another event which we can pick up some, where we have a choice where we can pick up some inflation and not enough to do anything to us, and gain some 50 administrative power, or just gain a tiny amount. Now I'm gonna pick up a lot just to bring us up again, but I'm getting happy with the event success rate. We're getting very fortunate right now. Now, we're probably going to wait till around 1465 before we start waging war again. We need to annex Bastar. We need to annex parts of Gurjat. I mean, if I look at the decision... Actually, I left it. Oh yeah, that was what that was. We are actually only missing 5 provinces. Ceylon, Orissa in general, Bastar, and Telinga. Actually, I'm sorry. We're missing Costa, Telinga, Bastar, Kalandra, Ceylon, and... Are we missing Gurjat? For some reason, I'm being stupid right now. Yeah, it's just Telinga, Bastar, Costa, and Kalandra. We can work on getting Telinga, and we can actually, since they don't like us, I'm going to actually, I'm gonna break royal ties. No, it's actually better to wait till a new ruler arrives in Basar. Because when he arrives, a royal marriage will be broken, and we can then declare war on him freely. Fortunately, we're pretty strong, we have a good reputation, and our reputation continues to improve in Orissa, where not only are we starting to lose our aggressive expansion penalty, but they are almost over the royal marriage fiasco. We're almost over the war, and we're starting to lose all the positives that gave us benefit, which actually is helping us more than hurting us, because now we're seeing actual levels. But yeah, we're actually very close to forming Hindustan. We have these 4 provinces in Ceylon, and we've built the fleet for Ceylon. The only thing stopping us from going on the proper war spree is that we need manpower again. Do you guys have any alliances? They're allied with Malwa. Nah. You know, I have the forces. I think I'm going to move them here and start fabricating the claim on Telinga. Yeah, A few people will freak out about it, but and it will take a couple of years anyway. But take Telangana, and that's one of the two ones outside of our realm. The other being the star. Once we annex Orissa, we'll be Hindustan, and we can just wage all the core wars we can, all the way up India. Now, I believe religious rebels have actually occupied most of the nation. So I think now they're on a ticking time bomb until they must capitulate and become more proper faith. Anyway, wait a second. Was that the guy being discovered? I don't know. Oh, that was our mission finishing. What am I saying? Now, we have something to conquer Bidar. Bidar is actually the other province of Bahamas. So if we take this, then when we declare war, we should have an excuse just to outright annex Bahamas. And just end that whole fiasco, leaving us only the star as our major rival. Well, as our major obstacle, I should say. Also, one thing we have to note is that Gurjat is very powerful right now. It's exercising a lot of influence around Malwa. And also the Timurids looks like is a defender. Just ordinary rebels. They may have just had a succession. What year was that? That was 6 years. No, it can't be a tribal succession crisis. I have no clue. Oh no, those are Persian nationalists. Yeah. So one thing is that with idea groups is that we do want to get exploration early. We can barely see kind of the Muslim world, and we can barely see China. But if we're gonna actually exert influence on them and say make alliances with some of the kingdoms to counterbalance the Timurids, then we're going to have to make an alliance and cooperate and see them, of course. Yeah. So I am very happy with the amount of money we're making. I can say, haha, sucks to be you, to Bahamas, and we'll generally make that a decent goal. Now, so now we're starting to get a pretty decent base. Now all we're waiting... Oh, our military leader died. It's unwise to not have a military leader, so we're gonna hire a new one. Oh yeah, and this is it. This guy is very good a leader. He's very good at sieging, and he's decent at... He can do everything a little bit. Unless he goes up... Unless they have... Well, no, they have a horrible ruler at the moment. They really should stand no chance. And our heir, of course, is still just as awesome. Our administrative power is going up, our diplomatic power is going up, military power is going up. Things are generally up at the moment. We are only the 8th good best administration at the moment. Probably partially due to tacking up of Christianity. And if we go to the tech map mode, which is stored in this little slider here, there's it's hidden. Really, can I? Okay, I'm gonna make tech one of my map modes. Okay, so I'm next to. I am a 333 nation. So, I'm not a 333, I'm only 1-3, which makes me pretty poorly teched. However, I'm strong. And since it's not like a major tech level, it's not like a unit, I'm very competitive, tech-wise. Especially since we haven't really spent much military points. Now, we're seeing that my soon I'll have be at 233, which will help a little. I mean, it gets us all this stuff. And eventually we'll get medieval administration, which we've been spending so little on. And yeah, we've been pretty bad on that. Yeah. Now, we can actually change. There's multiple music playing. We're currently on the Age of Discovery song, which, as you can guess, is for the current era, which is the Age of Discovery in Europe. Now, once we finish the claim, I think we'll call this video a good. Well, maybe not then. We'll see. Unfortunately, I forgot to set a timer for this one, so it may be on the longer or shorter side, depending on what I feel like is an appropriate time. The goal, of course, is to get the claim, to declare war for it, and to annex, hopefully, Bahmanis. Oh, and now Gurjat is much bigger threat. I suspect Delhi will also be a pretty significant threat once they finish their war. Our ruler just died. This happens. You always will lose one stability, and that's just, it's very bad when that happens, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Our current ruler is pretty decent. He has diplomacy, he has military, he has administrative. His legitimacy is horrid. I mean, literally, it's so bad. And there's not much we can do, because if we go into diplomacy, or administration, neither of which have the type of person we're looking for. However, we are now swimming in diplomatic power. We are earning 10, and if we made several royal marriages, we could easily solve the issue of our legitimacy. It said we're just going to kind of take it. We can't really do much about it. His son is, I assume it's his son at least, Prado Sengama is also very good at his job. And actually, I'm going to, since we lost one, I'm going to go and, we have no diplomats this time, of course, yeah. We have to deny all rights. We can't lose any more. And it's kind of a spiral now. We're going to lose a lot of stability. So we're not going to have a lot of administrative points again. And that's probably the biggest thing that can hurt us, is if we have a bunch of things that lower our stability. And it's going to be extremely painful when we choose to westernize, because we'll have to face something like that. Okay, their war ended. Are you... Wow, you're still... Wow, Bengal, you're kind of... I would think, but... So now things are always looking better diplomatically. Orissa is starting to really like us again. And actually, they'll be going into annexation territory fairly soon. Our diplomat is half the way to actually getting the claim on the target, which will be nice once we actually have. And overall, it's just, we're trying to work with what we have, but it's going to be slow and it's going to be hard for a while, especially with our low legitimacy, which we can't really do anything about. Fortunately, legitimacy, the only thing that really hurts us is the revolt risk. National revolt risk, which is up. Everything else, barely affected. I mean, our forces are still going to grow and be strong enough to pull off our military. Unfortunately, with our 2 drops, we are now not earning points again. So we'll probably start dropping behind stats-wise in a couple of years. Which is sad because we were doing quite well for where we were in the world. Okay, so we've been discovered and it slows us down. So if we run it again, it now takes him about 2 days per. Also, he gets he freaks out a little, and our agent got discovered twice in a row, relatively fast. That's really bad. Now he's very paranoid. He knows we're fabricating the claim, and now he has did covert actions penalty -32 plus aggressive expansion. So. If it wasn't for the fact that he was our target, I would start feeling a little bit worried at the moment. And I will be cutting this at July of 1465 of the game. If that's a little bit longer, then oh well. If it's a bit shorter, I'm sorry, but I feel like that's the best compromise we have here. And if I do get in a war, you can watch that starts. Tech-wise, we're getting pretty close to unlocking the next diplomatic tech, which is nice. Also, for administrative, we'll actually be doing pretty well soon. What we want to do is we need to save up administrative power so we can not only core, but we need to be at stability 3 to declare ourselves Hindustan, which should give us about cores all over India, like I said before. And with that, we'll be able to leap up and take out and snatch away most of India without much aggressive expansion penalties, because the world does not see it as expansion, they see it as us reclaiming land. Hindu zealots have cropped up in Gurjat. I say good. Looks like our claim will be pretty bad, will be pretty poor by the point we're able to get it. Because, I mean, it will be done next year, but it will be not a very nice claim. It will have been expensive to acquire, I should say. And meanwhile, our friendly friends of Bastar had to face some peasants. The peasants wiped themselves out attacking the fortress. I don't know, for some reason I don't get intelligence on Bastar anymore. I guess technically they're not bordering. And Orissa is being quite, it's starting to like me a lot, and I'm guessing probably by the time we are finished with Bahamnis, we'll be able to start annexing Orissa. I mean, no, I'm sorry. After it is Ceylon, then Bastar. Then we'll be done. Yeah, I'm gonna guess we're gonna be done fabricating this claim roughly in October. Also, Hindu zealots are all over Gurjat. Now, there's multiple things they could do. I believe, one, they do force convert provinces back to Hinduism, which means we can reclaim Hindu provinces again, which is good because we're kind of alone now in in terms of major powers. All the stuff up here, except for Bangladesh, is gone. Of course, we just got early Carracks. We got colonial range, so we can colonize. Beyond it, we can now do more colonies. We got some trade efficiency, naval morale, naval maintenance increase. So now we have to pay more for our ships. And we also unlocked Carracks. Of course, even with the increase, we're still making a lot of money. We don't have as much money stocked up as I would like, but we don't need much more to declare ourselves ruler of Hindustan. Especially when we're still slowly grinding up to get some military power. Once this claim is done, I think is a good time to cut the video for you guys, so I can get this up to you. We're uploading all day today, new videos, and you guys can benefit from being able to split up more and not have to watch as much. This is more of the peacetime recovery. Again, it's taken me a while, and I still have not fully recovered. Manpower-wise, and that's just kind of a huge thing that you're going to be bound to, is how much manpower you have. And we've now fabricated that claim in July, actually. We're going to send our diplomats to break dynastic ties, because though he's helping our legitimacy, we're going to lose some stability anyway, having to wage war on him. Then again, I could have just waited, but whatever. With that, thank you all for watching. Next time, war with Bahamnis, hopefully war with Ceylon, and maybe even war with Bestar, if we're very, very fortunate. Oh, and Orisa liking us more.